So I'm just under Eggmobile 2 and thankfully my measurements worked out perfect, my angles are perfect, and I'm just bolting this on now. You can see I've put 2 bolts. It's a bit tight in here, but this is looking like a great job. I'm going to get these finished, bolt these on, get these wheels on, and then we'll take a look. Okay guys, I've got my Eggmobiles ready. I'm expecting birds in the next 2 weeks or so. I'm trying to hold them off till the bird flu housing order's lifted, but I've got my Eggmobiles pretty much ready to go, so let's give you a look at what I've done. Okay, check these bad boys out. I am delighted with how these turned out. I've backed it in here. They've barely even tracked the ground, and they've also lifted my Eggmobile up quite a bit. And yeah, I think this is going to be an awesome job for me. I've left the other wheels on because they're not touching the ground, but if these were to get sunk in the ground a bit more, well, this would start to help to keep the Eggmobile going. And like I said before, I probably should have put these a bit further more forward, but my plan is maybe to extend the Eggmobile, so I thought I would do that to save me having to move them again. I'll see how it goes. I just backed it in here with the van. I hadn't had the dolly on it yet. There is going to be a lot of weight on the front on the dolly, which might mean that I might need to move them forward, but we'll figure all that out. But it meant I could get away with cleaned off all, there was loads of stuff in the front that I got rid of. I'm just using these guys here in the front. These have 1.5 ton lifting capacity. You can flip them round out of the way. They're really good, I like these. And there's just, they keep it steady at the front. The other big change I've made is, and when I was at Ridgedale last August, we were talking, and I don't know, this just came into my head and it makes perfect sense for me. I've changed all the bottoms of the nest boxes to weld mesh. Maybe you can see it better there. What that means is all the dirt and any broken eggs will just fall straight through. Now people would say, oh, dirt's going to fall on the hens in here. If an egg breaks, well, they're going to eat it, and dirt will just, it's a simple rule in life, you know, dirt, shit rolls downhill, so it's all going to end up on the pasture, and it's just going to save me having to clean out those nest boxes and keep the whole thing much better. Now I am going to upgrade my panel, but I'll probably do that over the next 2 weeks. I'm a little bit tight in time because we've got sheep coming, broilers coming, but yeah, really happy with how these wheels turned out. Anyone in Ireland, I recommend using these flotation tires. It'll definitely prevent pasture damage, in my opinion anyway. Pigs are settling in well and just having a little snuggle in the morning. Gotta feed them now, but yeah, happy out. Just got a ton of pig feed dropped off. It's really handy having the tractor with the forks here at Dad's. You can handle now, a ton is just on our limit, but we don't use enough pig feed to get it flowing in, because these guys won't eat it that fast, so we can get a ton sack from Kernan's, and just way easier than 25 kilo bags. And that's our piggies. We feed them, it's a big pelleted farm. There's a balanced pig feed, and it's about 18% protein, and I've been using it now for this is my 3rd year. I'm really happy with it, so I'm going to stick to what we know. I'm jumping between projects. It's a crazy time of year. Spring's kicking in, you know, you've got all the animals coming to the farm, you're jumping from project to project. So I've just finished welding the axles. I got to go and paint them now. I'll get them painted and I'll give you a look, but I've just got this put away and checked on the pigs, and I'm going to go and paint the axle. Then hopefully this evening, I've got more feed coming next week, and that's broiler feed, so I need to make a whole new tank. I've got about 6 ton of broiler feed coming next Thursday or Friday, so I got to put in a whole tank in our grain store so that we'll have layers on one side, broilers on the other. Busy, busy. So spring growth has really kicked in now. I mean, I can feel it. I can walk around outside without a hat on. Daytime temperatures are up over 10 degrees, you know, they're 13, 14, so spring growth is kicking in. And I was a bit apprehensive getting sheep onto the farm in case they started grazing too early, but I'm confident now it's going to be fine. So I've got sheep coming at the end of the week, which I'm really happy to have back on the farm because I want to really manage the grass well. The grass got away from me last year because I didn't bring sheep onto the farm until well past spring growth, and a lot of the grass got away from me and I didn't manage it great. So I want to really improve on that this year. I'm just in the brooder here, and we've got 200 broiler chicks coming tomorrow and 20 ducks, and I'm changing my supplier for broilers this year just because I can get them. I normally have to drive, it's a 2-hour drive to one of the biggest hatcheries in Ireland, but there's a much smaller, they're a family-based poultry company that have a delivery route that comes up here to Donegal. So I'm going to try them out. It just means I've just got a 15-minute drive to pick up the chicks, and I'm going to try them out. They've got great selection of different poultry available, so I'm going to start to try and work with them to see if that will work good for me. It just means a lot less driving for me. It's a little bit more expensive, but it kind of suits me better. So we've got the lights on in here. There's still a few little jobs to finish it up. I got to go on deliveries. Neve's going to come along and fill all the waters in the feeders, and then we'll just get it prepped up and we'll get our broilers in tomorrow. They're coming tomorrow afternoon. Look what we got. Ducks and baby chicks. So when we walk into the brooder, this area is for normal shoes, and then we have to switch over to our brooder shoes. And you're not allowed past this point, and outside shoes you have to use brooder shoes. So I'm going to change my shoes and go in and see the guys. So we're just after dropping these guys in, and you can see they're a little bit cold, so they're getting in under the light to get warmed up. They've probably come on a decent journey. They were probably packed off this morning, and they've been travelling for a few hours, so it'll take them a little bit to get to chill. This guy's having himself a little drink, and we normally teach them a small amount of them. We take like this and we just dip their head in the water, and that teaches them to drink, and then they'll teach each other then. These guys are having a little feed. They all look happy, and now we just got to monitor the temperature. So we'll give it a little bit, but we've got our thermometer up here for checking the temperature. We want them to be around 31.5, 32 degrees on the back. Here we're bang on 31. That camera's not zooming in, but I'll just monitor them. They're only after getting dropped in, so we'll let them settle for an hour, and then we'll come in and check them, see if we want to make any adjustments. With what I do is I put a chain and a hook system here, so as the birds start to grow, I want to lift the feeders and waters up higher and higher off the ground. And all we do is we walk up the chain basically. Just keeps the waters cleaner. We change the waters out every time we service a brooder, which is 4 times a day. And we feed them 4 times a day. And we try to keep the water nice and clean. We've got a water tap just outside. You can see that's our water tap there. And yeah, this space is big enough for, we've got 200 chicks here. This space is 36 square meters. So theoretically, you could, if you were breeding about 200, 250 birds per 10 meters squared, or you could do like 750 to 850 birds in here comfortably. So there's absolutely oceans room for these guys. And remember, they're only in here for 3 weeks. So once they get a little bit big, out they go. And we've got our duckies. These are Neve's ducks really. Neve's looking after the ducks. So we've got 20 Aylesbury ducks, and they're just settling in and figuring life out. Some people might find that the wood shavings are difficult for the birds to walk on. I don't find I've had any issues. If I felt I did, then I would just put some sawdust on it, but they seem to get on fine, so I just leave them to it. feel really proud of this space. I mean, I've worked so hard to build up this chicken enterprise on the farm, and we really produce awesome chicken. Like, our customers love it. Our customers since Christmas really have been asking me, like, when are you going to have chicken again? When's chicken ready? And it's my fault really. I didn't do enough last year. My plan is to do extra this year and freeze them so I can have frozen chicken available for people that want them in the off season. But just really happy. Like, I started this from nothing, and now we've got a beautiful brooder to keep the chicks nice and happy. And again, I love the way that anyone coming to the farm, kids or anyone, can see into the brooder and see what's happening. So yeah, I'm just really happy with this space and how it turned out. Okay, we got to get this grain store sorted. We're currently standing in the broiler grain store. Broiler grain's coming tomorrow, so I need to get a door cut out here, which I've nearly got done. I'm just ready to pop it almost. And once that's done, this sheet of ply, we close this door for good, put on the sheet of ply, seal it all up. I've got one vent in. I want to put another vent in up here, and I got to run a cable. So job now is get this door out. Once we get the door open, I'm going to close up the rest of it, then we'll put a new door on here, and let's get at it. Feed time in the brooder. As you can see, chicks are starting to make that nice donut that we like to see. Ducks are just got a little bit scared there, but you can see we've just got the heat lamps just right. Everybody's just in a little donut around it. That heat light there could probably be lowered just a little bit. They're just a little bit crowded, but this is the kind of thing we're looking for. Just a little circle in the middle. It says it's too hot in there for them, so they can find the exact comfort zone. And now we're just going to feed them, clean the waters, and keep them all happy. They're on an unlimited feed for the first 4 days, and then we go on to our feed plan, and we're working out a feed plan for the ducks, but that's all our learning curve with them. Important to move nice and slow through the brooder so the chicks see you coming, can get out of your way, and just keeps them all more relaxed. And really important that we keep the waters clean. We change the waters every time we surface the brooder, and we clean them out. Clean waters, healthy chicks. Now I'm trying to delay our layers arriving as late as possible because we're currently under a housing order. We've been under a housing order since the 23rd of December. Now there's only been one reported outbreak of bird flu in commercial flocks in Ireland, and that was on the 10th of December in a small turkey flock in the south of the country. So we're soon going to be 16 weeks in a housing order. I don't see really no reason why we should be remaining in there, and I expect that because a lot of the big free range producers are going to come under pressure, they won't be able to label their product free range anymore, and it's probably makes sense now that the ban is lifted here in Ireland. I know a lot of countries in Europe have had it a lot worse off, so I'm kind of holding off and waiting for the ban to be lifted and then get our layers out. With our broilers, I've started our broilers. I expect it to be lifted in the next 3 weeks. If it's not, then we'll have to, I've got a marquee, I've got a few options I can do, but I probably won't continue doing any more broilers for the year. But as I say, there's only been one case in a commercial flock on the island, or sorry, in Ireland, and there's been a couple of cases in Northern Ireland as well. I don't know those numbers off the hand, but I'd be hopeful that it'll be lifted and we can get back to normal.